What's going on, family? What's good? What's good? What's good? I appreciate each and every single one of you for being on today's call. I'm super grateful that there are always new and success-driven individuals that are grinding every single day so that they can get exactly what they want, whenever they want, how they want it. And that's really one of the most important things when it comes down to life and entrepreneurship is really just that work ethic, really just wanting to put that work in so that you can get what you want out of life. Maybe you want to do big things with your future. Maybe you want to retire your family. Maybe you want to own a few businesses or be able to, buy the cars or the drip or whatever it is that you want with your future. All of that is possible as long as you put the work into it. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce myself. We're going to be in and out real quick today. My name is Hawk Sanchez. I am 20 years old and I started my entrepreneurship journey in 2018. At that time, I was looking for more in life. I was confused about what it is that I wanted to do. I was actually going to attend college and a university for 2 to 4 years so that I can get a petroleum engineering degree, go to the oil fields and work 60 to 70 hours per week. That was my plan until I realized the work that really went with it and the result that you got back from it. Growing up, I thought it was okay to work a job. And don't get it twisted, it is okay to work a job. But what's not okay is just working a job. I started surrounding myself by individuals who are diversifying their income. I started surrounding myself with individuals who are making six figures, not a year, but per month. And because I had access to that circle, it really changed the entire way that I thought about life. It made me realize that my mom, who was only making $45,000 a year, working full time at an office, I thought that was the best thing, that was the best possible case scenario. But then I realized that there was more. I realized that, accessibility to information is key. Because when you have access to information, to different resources, people, places, events, that can elevate your mindset. And when you elevate the way that you think, everything around you starts to change. But at the end of the day, if you solely choose to not change what it is that you're doing right now to either, get yourself out of the situation that you're in or make it better, then nothing will happen. Because if nothing changes, nothing will change. And in 2018, I realized that, I put myself in a position where I was confused about life. I was partying, I was drinking, I was smoking. I was really just in a bad environment until one day everything clicked. And on that day, I realized from that point forward, I was going to do different things. I was going to surround myself by different people. I was going to think differently. I was going to speak differently. I was going to do different things from what everyone else was doing, because I realized that when you do something different, you get different results. Just think about everyone else. I love this quote. They say Lamborghini, the car dealership, they don't have commercials on TV because their customers don't sit down on their butt watching TV for 4, 5, 6 hours a day. So that even made me think as well. I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing what everyone else is doing. Maybe I should be doing those different things. And because of that, some big things that I've been able to accomplish. It's been about a year and 2 months since I've ever worked a job. I am financially stable. I do not rely on an employer, a boss, a supervisor, or anything like that to give me a paycheck every week. I am the sole proprietor as to how I make my income and how much income I create. And it wouldn't be possible without the information we're going to break down today. But the biggest thing I ever learned is that the work ethic that you put in is what changes everything. If you don't want to take it serious, well, you're not going to get paid seriously. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. And I don't know a lot of hobbies that get paid in reality. People who even have like a very specific skill set, they put a lot of work into it to get paid. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and share my screen so that you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about exactly, so that we can all run through it very efficiently and possible. Now, on the screen right here, it says, what will you become? I love this so much because in reality, like, what will you become? Understand whatever it is that you're doing right now, you can always put in extra 10% of work. You can always elevate the way that you think. You can always do a little bit better. And because of that, you literally have unlimited potential about what you want to do with your life. Think about it. Us as humans, we're literally one in a $400 trillion chance of being alive. You know, however old you are, subtract however old you are. Before you were conceived, when you were conceived, you fought through 400 other sperm cells to become the individual you are. So understand, all of us were meant here for a purpose. Well, what is that purpose? Sometimes we have to find it, sometimes we have to fulfill it. But whatever it is, we should be striving to become the better version of ourselves. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. Think about all of us as being a seed. Seeds need to become, fertile. They need to be in proper soil. They need to be fed nutrients like water, like sunlight, like oxygen in order to grow. But if you're a seed that is in the desert, covered in sand, filled with thorns, it's more than likely not going to grow. So becoming that better version of you ultimately ties with your environment. One thing that my mentor told me a year and a half ago, he said, Hawk, you're the average of the 5 closest friends. And I look back at that and I realized that back then, all my friends were partying, drinking, smoking, wanting to, go out with this girl or chasing this guy or whatever the case might be late at night, not really caring or paying attention. And I took that as a direct reflection of myself because I was doing all of that. That's when I decided to change. Now in 2018, I got information about something that was different. Someone had actually showed me something on how to create multiple sources of income online. But before I actually break down what it is that we do here at Imaster Academy, I need to really and enticingly show you what and how people make money. Now, there's 2 different types of people in this world. There's the 95% and there's the 5% of individuals. Now, let's break that down real quick. On the top left corner of this pie chart right here, we have the employee class, which actually adds up to about 65% of the entire world's population. Now, 65% of people, they're an employee. They have a job. They have a boss, a supervisor. The first ever real full-time job I had was working at Panda Express. The biggest thing that I understood is that I had no leverage with the time that I was putting in. I was getting paid $11 an hour. And the more hours I worked, the more pay I got. But the thing is, the more hours I put in, the less hours I had to work on myself. Because at the end of the day, what we should be doing, and I highly suggest it, is to squeeze the income that you get from your full-time job, whatever main source of income you have, so that then you can reinvest that income into yourself, into your future, into your investments. And we're going to break that down in a little bit. Now, with having a job, there is nothing wrong with having a job, but there is something wrong with just having a job. We're in 2021 right now. If you're not diversifying your income, you're going to lose it. We are exiting a pandemic. A lot of people realize that in this pandemic, if you only had one source of income, it was dangerous because people were losing their jobs like that. Yeah, we had the, unemployment or government aid, whatever the case might be. But for a lot of people, they didn't have access to that. So they realized that multiple sources of income is key. And because of that, some people created a skill set. They became self-employed. Now, on the bottom left corner, that is the individuals that are self-employed. And about 30% of the world are self-employed. They have their own job. They own their own job. But the biggest thing about this is that they have a skill set. Now, skills, they pay the bills. Because if you're a barber, if you're a nail tech, tattoo artist, real estate agent, you know how to communicate or sales or anything of that sort, you can name your price. You can get paid commission, or your skill set can be so valuable to other individuals that they're willing to pay. I know there's barbers that cut hair for $10. There's barbers that cut hair for 50 or even 100. Or you get those top tier barbers where it's like $500 a cut. And those individuals are the ones that get to choose how much they get paid. Now, it takes years to develop those skills, but they end up paying everything off. Now, the downside to that is that owning your own job, the more time you put in, the better your pay. Yes, of course. But the thing is, there still is no leverage. Why? Because you need clientele. You need people who are in the market to purchase from your skills. Now, the business owner, which is on the top right corner, that is about 4% of the population. Now, business owners, they have something known as a system where they actually hire people. Now, when I was working at Panda Express, I had a general manager. My general manager had an area manager. My area manager had a district manager. Now, that district manager could literally go on vacation for 4, 5, 6 months, whatever the case might be, because that system was already set in place. Think about big franchises like Tesla, like all the car dealerships, like even McDonald's. They have a very specific system in place. Anywhere in the world, if you enter a McDonald's, when you're facing, the register where you go and order your food, the restroom is always on the right side. So they have a layout for everything. It's meant to be a very specific way. Why? Because big business owners like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, even social media. It doesn't even have to be so much physical, it could be online. They realize that systems save yourself time, energy, and money. You hire individuals. So that means that with people, you make more money, which means you get a lot more leverage. You create something known as residual income. Now, investors are the 1% of people. Investors, they take advantage of whatever the case is right now to use their full-time income to then invest into certain things. Now, the majority of us, we're very familiar with the stock market. But in Imaster Academy, we get access to very specific information that relates to the foreign exchange market. Now, some people might be confused right now. They're like, well, isn't the Forex market the same as the stock market? Well, in reality, not so much, because there's 4 different types of stock markets in the world. We have the New York stock market, the Australian stock market, the Great Britain, and the Euro, which is 2 combined, and the Japanese or the Tokyo stock market. Now, those deal with businesses, because within the New York stock market, you're only allowed to participate in that market for about 8 hours a day, 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday. Now, the foreign exchange market, instead of dealing with businesses, we're dealing with global currencies. We're dealing with the euro, the US dollar, the Great British pound. And the amazing thing about that is you can make money by buying the currency at a low point or even selling the currency at a high point. Now, let me break that down real quick. The stock market, the way you make money is that when you buy a share of a stock or a business, so a share of a business, and it increases in value, you make money. But if you buy the share of a business and it decreases in value, you lose your profit. You're no longer creating income, you're losing it. The foreign exchange market, when you sell the value of the market, you can create profit. When you buy the value of the market, you can also create profit. Now, the amazing thing about the foreign exchange market is that it's open 24 hours a day, Sunday through Friday. Now, I'm from El Paso, Texas. So if you're in Mountain Standard Time, you have accessibility to these markets from Sunday at 3 p.m. to Friday at 3 p.m. Now, the amazing thing is that all of this is online. You can literally trade in these markets anywhere in the world as long as you have access to Wi-Fi. And you can also do it from your laptop or the best friend that we have right here that we wake up every morning and go to sleep with, our cell phones. Now, who really participates in these markets? We understand that it deals with different currencies, but you want to understand there are big fish in this game. The majority of these players are large banks and corporations. If you have a bank account, more than likely that bank is using your money to participate in these markets. Wells Fargo, Capital One, Chase, TD, even overseas like, excuse me, shoot, it starts with an R, excuse me. I completely lost my train of thought. But within these banks, what they actually do is that the money that you put in, they're using it. Because when was the last time that you actually went to your local bank or whatever the case might be, and you said, you know what, I want to withdraw all my money in my account. And if you have over $10,000 in your account, they're going to say, you know what, we actually don't have that money right now. You're going to have to wait a couple days or come back tomorrow so that you can go ahead and withdraw that money. Now, the thing is that these banks, what they do is that they take your money and they just use it as another number. Now, I'm not sure if you guys see this, but recently, about 4 weeks ago, I got something known as a dividend. So I have a credit union as a bank. Now, a dividend is basically saying, hey, I appreciate you for putting money and doing business with us. Let me go ahead and give you a very small percentage of what money you have in your bank account. We'll just give that back. And what I mean by small percentage, I'm talking about like 0.00001%. Because not to brag, I don't say this to impress you. I say this to impress upon you, but I have some good money saved up. And because of that, I only got like 67 cents in a dividend. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I've been doing business with them for so long and they just give me less than $1 and I've been holding this money for like 3 years. So that didn't make so much sense to me. Now, what these banks do is that they use your money to participate in these markets, considering the foreign exchange market deals with currencies. So if the banks are using your money to make more money, why is it that we're not using our money that we get, that we work hard for, to then invest that money back and create a return of investment or profit? Now, the way we have access to that is that here at Imaster Academy, we offer educational courses. We offer education that teaches you how these banks move these markets. We offer education that shows you very specific strategies known as institutional concepts, aka smart money concepts, aka the sniper strategy that deals with perfect entries. Think about it this way. These large corporations and these banks, they're actually moving the market with billions, if not hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars all at once. So if they're doing that, we're literally the little fish behind the big shark. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually little fish that follow big sharks in the ocean. Now, what they do is they feed off the little crumbs that the big sharks leave behind. So essentially, we're those little fish, because I'm almost positive that these individuals that are on the Zoom call right now do not have hundreds of millions of dollars in your bank account. And if you do, spread the knowledge, because we hear this quote: the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now, a lot of people think, well, why is that? That the rich are greedy. But in reality, it's just access to information. The reason why the rich get richer is because they know something that the middle class and the lower class don't really know. And it also ties with investing. So within Imaster Academy, you're learning how to become a self-sufficient trader so that you can participate in these markets and create income. The way that we specifically trade here at Imaster Academy is high frequency trading, also known as binary options. So if you're familiar with binary options, the Academy has actually created a high frequency course that teaches you how to trade within these markets. And the biggest thing about this is that you don't have to be glued to the charts. You don't have to be stuck at a computer for 8 hours a day, only making like $20. We actually make money in minutes here. We get paid on a day-to-day basis. If you get access to our community today, you're actually going to notice that inside of our group chats, which we use Telegram to get access to, the community that we have, people are always making money. This morning, I actually just woke up. Literally, I had a late night. We're having some fun. We were just, kicking it, just talking about life. And when I woke up right around 10:30, I brushed my teeth. I kind of got ready a little bit, went back to my bed, laid down, opened my computer. I got access to one of our favorite millionaire mentors, whose name is Matthew Thayer. I'm going to talk a little bit about him right now. But I literally plugged into the academy and I got paid. I actually almost made someone's daily paycheck in 15 minutes. I probably made what some people make in 6 hours in less than an hour. Now, within high frequency trading, it is known as time-based trading, which means what? You can get in and out of the market within 1 to 30 minutes. And there's team trading, which means we collaborate. We understand as a community that collaboration is key. Too many people compete. Oh, well, I'm chasing the bag, I'm just going to be independent. No, because high tides raise all ships. When we work together, we grow together. At the end of the day, together, everyone achieves more. Team is just an analogy for together, everyone achieves more. Now, as I was speaking right now, I mentioned an individual by the name of Matthew Thayer, or Matty Pips. This individual is actually a Go Live educator. Now you have access to not only him, but like another list of educators, over 100 of them, and they're all full-time. Now think about it this way. You have someone and you have access to a bunch of individuals who have experience. Because the difference between you and myself, or myself and all these educators, is time, experience, and wisdom. So what they're doing is they're actually teaching you everything that they've learned to create the income that they have. Because in order to become a Go Live educator, you need results. Because at the end of the day, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. Documentation beats conversation 10 out of 10 times. So being a Go Live educator means you have credibility. And because of that, you're either one, getting people paid. Why? Because hopping on a Go Live, which means a live session with either a 6, 7, or 8-figure earner, is that whatever trades that they take, you take. It's literally like a game of Simon Says. I'm not sure who's in this call or what the age range might be, but there's a song, I think it came out in the 90s. I'm 20 years old, just a little past my generation, but it's like, how I move, you move just like that. It's like, hey, DJ, play that back. If you don't know that song, go search it up. It's a cool song, but it's literally the exact same concept. However, they move, you move, and you're going to get the same result. If they're selling, you're selling. If they're buying, you're buying. If they're making money, you're making money too. So think about it as literally copying some of the goats in this industry and then creating income where you get access Monday through Friday and you get to interact with moderators all the time. You get a chat box. Now, these lessons are recorded and they actually have a playlist. So if you hop on some of the educators like Jonathan Nunez, DL Woods, Evan Cabral, Millie Mills, Matthew Thayer, you hop on their session, they have a little tab that says favorite sessions. And because of that, you can actually watch their videos that provide the most value, which means what? Not only are you earning income, but you're also learning how you earn that income. So think about it in the beginning. You're learning, but you're also getting paid because you're following people who have the results that you want. And then once you get paid, you continue learning, and then you can pay yourself because of the skill set that you developed. So essentially, we're being part of the 2%. We're investing our income, but we're also self-employed because we work for our income. And we are the sole proprietor on the income that we make because the work ethic that you put in is the result that you get back. Now, we also have strategies. Matthew Thayer is actually an 8-figure earner, not 1 million, but more than 10 million. Let me tell you a little story. 2.5 years ago, Matthew Thayer started with a $500 account. Now, in September of last year, when we started focusing on this new style of trading, we actually had access to him. And in September, his account was at $1.8 million. So in about 1.5 to 2 years, he made $1 million, a little bit over actually, about 1.1, 1.2. In December, his trading account was $8 million. In January, he hit 8 figures, which is $10 million. In February, it was at 11. In March, he's at 13. Right now, he's at $13.7 million in his trading account. He's literally trading, think about it this way, $13 million, 1% of that is $130,000, excuse me. $130,000 is 1% of his trading account, which means he's literally playing with some doctors and surgeons' salaries in a matter of minutes, and he's creating the same income that they make in a year in 15 minutes. So access to information. Now, how did he do this? He has this strategy that's right here on the screen known as Hourglass, where it's an algorithmic and artificial intelligence strategy that gives you trade ideas. And it's so easy as following different colors. Now, if you see red on the screen, I'm talking like 6 confirmations. So if you just see red, 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 and red, and red, all right, we're going to sell the market. Now, if we see green, 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 and green, we're going to go ahead and buy the market. And within a matter of waiting 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to go ahead and see what some people make in an hour in 15 or 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes, just depending on how long you're in the trade for. Now, this strategy, you have access 5 days a week, Sunday through Friday, 24 hours in between. So you can literally use it any time of the day. So because you have access to those Go Live educators, you also have access to the strategy. So remember what I said, when you're learning, you can get paid. But imagine if you already learned exactly with this strategy right here, you can still rely on the educators to take easy trades, or you can use this strategy to get paid whenever you want. So think about it. If you have to take care of your family, or you work a job, or you work a couple jobs, and you're struggling with finding time. People say, oh, I don't have a lot of time for this. Well, in reality, you just don't want to make time for it. I actually know a few individuals who go on TikTok for 10 hours a week, 12 hours a week. So it's not really saying that you don't have time. It's more of what you're doing with your time, reevaluating your time, making time so that then you can get the result that you want. And at the end of the day, when you create more money, you get more time. You can start doing things you never had the availability to do before. Not only do you have Hourglass, we have something known as HFX Swipes, where it's literally an application that you can download for free on your phone and get access to these educators who are sending you trade ideas. So instead of looking at what she's doing or what he's doing on social media, you're getting notifications from someone who has 6, 7, or 8 figures in their income and years of experience, so that then you can take their trade ideas for yourself. So instead of, oh, I'm waiting for Bay to text me back, it's, oh, I just got a new notification on HFX Swipe. Let's go make some money. Let me actually go from app to app so I can go ahead and copy and paste those trades. Now, in life, we're told copying is not good. In school, you get in trouble for copying someone's answers, but in business, in investing, in life, you can make more money by copying the results that someone else has. Now, within Imaster Academy, it's a school. You're getting access to education, you're getting access to mentorship, you're getting access to a community, you're getting access to strategies and tools that you can use to make your trading experience a lot smoother and easier. You don't even have to know what you're doing, and you can still create income. Now, within Imaster Academy, they realize that technology is always advancing. This is why we work on the online space. Netflix replaced Blockbuster, Ubers replaced taxis. You can buy things online through Amazon and eBay. Airbnbs are replacing hotels. You have access to connect with people all around the world through social media. You don't even have to leave your house anymore, because you can buy food on Uber Eats, Postmates, and DoorDash and get it right to your door. Now, because they realized this, they created this scholarship program, and they created this academy right here. Now, let me break that down. Nothing in life is for free. Within Imaster Academy, there is a investment when it comes down to the enrollment process. To get access to all that education, all that mentorship, all these tools, all these strategies, there is a fee, but don't think about it so much of an expense, because if you think about an expense, you're going to treat it like an expense. How many of us pay for Spotify or Apple Music or Netflix or all these subscription-based things, and every month when they come around, like, they just get declined, and not all the time are we using, not get declined, but the charge just goes through your bank account. You see -14, -5, -10, -20, whatever the case might be. And not all the time are we watching Netflix. Not all the time are we listening to music. But within this, if you treat it like an investment, you're going to put more work in. So within Imaster Academy, it's a $235 investment, and that's the first investment. And it is a monthly subscription with no contract. There is also a 7-day refund policy. So if you don't like it, or maybe you're not putting in enough work to get the result that you want, cool, go ahead and get your refund. A lot of people, when I first got started, everyone was saying it was a scam. So I believed them. I actually blocked my own blessing back in 2018, because it took me 2.5 months, close to 3 months, to actually get started, because everyone was putting doubt in my ears. They were saying it's a scam, it doesn't work, it doesn't whoop-de-whoop. But then I actually started to do my own research. I realized that the foreign exchange market is real. I realized that 98% of traders actually lose money because they don't have access to information. And then I actually started communicating with more individuals who are in this platform, and realizing that they were getting real results. People were buying things without jobs. And I'm like, how are they doing that? I'm just a 17, 18-year-old kid who barely has income, because they took it seriously. Now, first investment, $235. Monthly subscription with no contract. You get access to everything. And in reality, you can make your money back in the first couple of weeks just by putting time and effort into it, by putting all those distractions away and focusing on something that can create income for your future. If you have big goals, this is an opportunity to work on them. Personally, I see myself trading for a lifetime. Why? Because I find enjoyment in it. I realize I can make income so easily when I actually just learned and applied myself. I've been doing it for 2.5 years now, and I haven't worked a job in a year. The last job I ever worked at was at Metro by T-Mobile, and I was doing sales. I told my job, I told my boss at my job, I was like, you know what? Her name was Rosa, super polite, gentle individual. And I was like, you know what, Rosa, thank you for giving me this opportunity to work. I've actually been using my income to invest and I've been creating more income. Thank you so much. But I'm at a position in my life right now where I no longer need to work for someone. I actually have more income than I am working at that job. So I can go work for myself. I can go work for myself and I can go work for my future. I also have really big goals. I plan to become a big business owner in the future. I have really, really big goals, but those are in the process of development. So we'll stay down till we come up and everyone's going to see what's good. I'll tell you that right now. Now, within Imaster Academy, not only is a subscription based, but you actually have a scholarship program. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, where Imaster Academy, or IM for short, actually realizes that this platform is so powerful that people are talking about it on a consistent basis. Look at the individuals who are on here right now. I actually realized that we had 10 people on and 2 of them left when I started talking about money, which tells me that they might not be in the right mentality to invest, which is cool. At the end of the day, entrepreneurship is for anyone, but it's not for everyone. Only the best of the best come. That's why the work ethic plays a very big part. Now, the Academy realized that everyone's talking about it when they start creating results. We actually have a very specific system where you could get started, this weekend, start trading by Monday, Tuesday, seeing profit to the point where you're like, wow, I'm already making, 1/10 of my initial investment, and I've only been trading for like 4 hours. It's that time that you put in. Now, when you refer to individuals by basically saying, you know what, man, you know what, sis, I got 2 friends, I've actually been, doing this for a little bit. I'm starting to see results. I have a big vision. I know where this is going to take me. Would you be interested in, wanting to trade with me? Would you be interested in creating a community where we can collaborate, make money together so we could do big and better things for our future? Now, when you actually do that and 2 individuals end up enrolling with you, you get access to free education, which means what? This $175, you no longer need to worry about it. Why? Because you trusted or cared about or respected 2 other individuals to share this platform with them. They understood how valuable all this information is and they got started. Now, in reality, family, at the end of the day, people are winning, people are seeing results, people are continuously making money, but it's really up to you. Get back to the individual who shared this information with you, whether you're watching this YouTube video right now, which will be posted directly after if you're on this live Zoom call. Get back to the person who shared this information with you and thank them. Because at the end of the day, whether you decide to partner up with us or not, people are still creating results. So if you do, awesome. Let's get you started. Let's follow the enrollment process. Let's follow the system. Let's get you set up with all the tools so that you know exactly what you need to do step by step. And if not, it's okay. There are still individuals who love working a job. There are still individuals that need to work a job. At the end of the day, this is not for everyone, but people have access to it. Roads need to be built. People need to, I love Dairy Queen. I'm gonna be honest. I love Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen and I love Sonic. I love ice cream. Now, when you go to Dairy Queen and they grab the cup and they turn it upside down, they give it to you. Some people truly find enjoyment in that and they love working that job. Some people love making cinnamon buns at Cinnabon. Now, there's no shame in that. We need individuals like those, doctors, lawyers, other people that sell homes. So whatever the case is, this could be something that creates more income. This could be something that takes over the income that you're currently making. This could be something that, retires your family, retires you, creates generational wealth, creates a financial foundation. Because in reality, from my experience, I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship until I joined this business. I took a leap of faith when there was no one, when there was no system. But now we have hundreds of individuals that we work with on a day-to-day basis where everyone's getting paid. So I stayed consistent and I got the result. So take into consideration what you guys just learned today. Get back to the individual who shared this with you, thank them, and then ask this next question. Hey, how do I get started? I want to get plugged in. What do I need to do? They're going to show you the system. And then I look forward to seeing you guys inside of our group chat for someone to welcome you. And I'll be like, hey, let's run it up. I'm excited. Let's go get some profits. But other than that, family, I appreciate each and every single one of you for being on tonight's call. I'm super blessed and grateful to actually see new and success-driven individuals join the organization every single day, as well as see profits. So I'll see you at the top, family. Thank you. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is just way too crowded, but not crowded enough, which means what? People are elevating on a day-to-day basis. So I appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you, and peace out.